Chapter 3. Mabel began to wake up. Normally she would have turned around and snuggled back into the pillow, but then she realized it was a work day for the shack, and that means Wendy would have to come in to work the register. The Wendy who had the answers that Mabel's curious mind just had to have. She sat right up, and throwing off the covers she leapt out of bed. She saw Dipper was still sleeping, and tiptoed to his bedside and looked down. Yep. Her lipstick is there. Something between brickled and barely beige, I'd say. HMMMM. Smiling, she got dressed and went downstairs. Darn it, only 9:30 and Wendy doesn't start until 10 a.m. She poured herself some cereal. Then she heard Dipper upstairs, making noises getting dressed. Dipper got up and walked to the bathroom, smacking his lips. What's that sweet taste? Work day. Ugh. Wait a second. Dipper was looking in the bathroom mirror as he got ready to brush his teeth. Wow, it wasn't a dream. She really did kiss me. He wiped off the sweet-tasting and smeared lipstick and finished getting ready with a non-stop smile. Now he was happy it was a work day. Wendy would be here today. He sped up his routine and almost ran down the stairs. Good morning, Romeo. Dipper didn't like the reference, but he couldn't stop smiling. Mabel, please. And he got the milk in a bowl. Mabel knew she wouldn't get anything more from him than last night, so she would just wait for Wendy. The twins were strangely quiet as they waited in the shack's door. Then the silence was almost rudely interrupted by the announcement bell hanging on the top of the entry door ringing. The twins jumped at a sudden noise and watched the door. As Suze came in. Dudes. Good morning. Oh, it's you. Hi, Suze. Suze gave Dipper a worried look after hearing that greeting. Hi, Suze. Mabel was more enthusiastic and genuine. Hi, Mabel. And Suze's smile returned. Then lowered his head to her level and whispered. What's with Dipper? He sounds disappointed in my seriousness today. Oh, he's okay, he just thought it was Wendy coming in, not you. Oh. And his face became serious. Gotcha. The Wendy crush thing. Roger that, dude. None of this conversation escaped Dipper. Guys, it's not a crush. We have a mature, deep and trusting relationship, okay? It's not just a one-way crush thing. Hey dorks. Everyone looked at the door. Wendy had a way of slowly opening the door without ringing the bell, so Grunkle Stan wouldn't know when she came in late. Dipper looked back at Suze and Mabel and then turned back to Wendy with a nervous smile. Hi, Wendy. You look. Dipper felt it was very warm suddenly and adjusted his shirt collar. Beautiful. Wendy looked confused. Thanks, Dipper. Then she saw Suze and Mabel both smiling. Okay, am I missing something here? She went around behind the cash register and sat down. Come on, guys, what's up? Suze and Mabel looked at each other with hands to their mouths trying to hide their smiles. Dipper saw this as disbelief and decided he was man enough to prove them both wrong. He went around behind the register and stood next to Wendy. Oh, don't mind them, Wendy, they just don't think we have a mature relationship. Haha. And he gulped, and decided to go for it. He leaned down, and puckering his lips tried to kiss Wendy, but she suddenly stood up and backed away with eyes wide. Dipper? What are you doing? Dipper opened his eyes and red-faced looked at his sister and Suze and then tried to explain, but was also asking a question. Oh, well. I mean, after last night. And smiling he searched Wendy's face for clues to continue. After last night? Now Wendy had a touch of anger in her eyes. Last night we watched movies. She looked at Suze and Mabel, who now had stopped smiling. Suze began walking towards the door. I gotta go gas up the golf cart, dudes. See ya. Wendy looked back at Dipper. What did you tell them, Dipper? Well, I just corrected them when they said it was only a crush. Corrected them? How? What did you tell them? She began walking towards Dipper, who was now walking backwards until he was up against the vending machine. Mabel jumped in. She knew the lipstick had to come from somewhere. This was her chance to find out where. Wendy, Dipper just said you two had a mature and trusting relationship. And she got closer to Wendy to inspect her lipstick. By the way, I really like your lipstick. Bricola, or barely beige. Mature relationship? She turned to Dipper. You told them we had a mature relationship? Dipper nodded. Well, yeah. You kissed me. Remember? What? No. But Wendy, Dipper had your lipstick smeared on his lips. Now Mabel stood beside her brother. He said you kissed him. No way. She turned back to Dipper. This is not cool, Dipper. But Mabel wouldn't give up. But the lipstick. It was the same one you are wearing now. Is that why you asked me? Barely beige, by the way. I knew it. Wendy, may I talk to you in private, please? Mabel, would you give us a few minutes, please? Okay, and she went upstairs. Wendy and Dipper watched Mabel leave and made sure they heard her close the upstairs attic door before turning to each other and talking. Dipper, were you bragging? What? No, Wendy, it's true. You kissed me last night, remember? And when I came home, Mabel saw the lipstick smeared on my lips to prove it. Wendy scrutinized Dipper's face and saw no lie in his face. But she remained unconvinced. She folded her arms and looked away as she spoke. No, I don't remember. I certainly would have remembered something like that. Dipper remembered that she did say that she meant to kiss his cheek. Do you remember me leaving? That you said you thought it was my cheek when you kissed my lips? No. Dipper recalled she plopped her head back down again right after they kissed. Maybe she was half asleep? Okay, Wendy. I understand. I think you were still asleep and so you don't remember. But I am not lying. You gotta trust me. Wendy looked back at Dipper. She uncrossed her arms and now her face had a pleading look. Look, Dipper, you gotta trust me too. I wouldn't. I mean, don't take this the wrong way. But I wouldn't kiss you like that. You're my friend and well, I just don't think about you that way. Dipper was relieved to hear her say he was her friend, and not good enough to quit while he was ahead. Okay, Wendy. I understand. However it happened, I don't want it to get in the way of our friendship. No. No hard feelings? No hard feelings. And she smiled as they bumped fists. Strangely happy yet still confused, Dipper went upstairs to let Mabel know the new situation. Oh, and Dipper. He turned around. Yeah. I got the new Godzilla series DVD. You were still coming over tonight, right? Dipper's heart skipped a beat. Yeah, sure. Cool. See you tonight.